It is March 1st, 2025, and we're talking to emospacebird in the pouch.
Hello.
Want to introduce yourself?
Hey, what's up? It's emospacebird.
Excellent.
We're at the pouch.
We are at the pouch.
Hope you guys are having a good time.
I certainly am.
Me too. Awesome. Do you want to say what type of music you play? If you had to label it?
I would guess people usually say it's close, like, if I had to choose, I would probably say like alternative rock / psychedelic soul. But it can be experimental, yeah. But it's probably an amalgamation of both of those genres together.
Cool. What are your main musical influences?
For me, Stevie Wonder. I like Mute Math, Kings of Leon, Queens of the Stone Age, people like that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing music?
I've been playing since I was around like 9, but I didn't really pursue anything until I was probably like 22, 23. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I started writing songs around 15. Cool. 15, 16, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then how did you learn? How did you start?
So my mom played by ear. She used to play at church. And so we got a keyboard. Mm-hmm. And so I just plinked around on it one day and like put a few chords together, and I was like, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, nice. So yeah, I learned that I actually had her gift. So yeah. I actually have her t-shirt on right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. Funny timing.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And she's playing a piano. Not that this is a video at all, but you know.
People can imagine.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, you can visualize in your mind's eye a t-shirt with a woman playing a piano.
Yeah.
Emo Spacebird's mom on the piano.
Yeah, Wilma Jean.
Wilma Jean.
Very nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, so when and why did you start emospacebird, the project specifically?
So that name came about when I was working at a summer camp. Mm-hmm. And I was working in the art department, and I had the kids do like a kind of like a free-for-all day where they just drew whatever they want. And I started drawing a pink bird with spiky hair and a choker in space, with, like stars around it. It was like emospacebird. And I said if I ever started like recording things and coming out with my own project, that's what I would name it. So then I named my Tumblr that because I got scared. I didn't want to really actually put anything out into the world. And then, lo and behold,
here it is.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Awesome. Outside of music, hobbies, interests, things you do for work, other art you do?
I'm quite boring, honestly. I used to draw a lot when I was like younger. So I'm big into anime. Used to be a lot more. But I like video games. I like to eat. I don't know if that's necessarily a hobby, but I like to trying new spots around Philly and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Favorite video game?
I like to... favorite video game? Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. But I like to just go to different parks and just be by water. Yeah, it's good to be by water.
Cool. So for Coffee House specifically, we have a couple questions we always ask. One,
Okay.
do you have any pets?
I do, yeah. I have one cat. Her name is Miss Fine Genuine.
That's an excellent name.
Yeah.
Wow. What kind of cat?
A domestic short hair, I believe. Yeah, domestic short hair, and I've only had her for a few years. She's kind of an anxious kitty, but she's cool and cute once you get to know her. Yeah.
What does she look like? Black cat? Orange cat?
She's white and gray. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, very short hair, and she meows a lot, which is why I named her Miss Fine Genuine. So like my roommates came up with the first half Miss Fine from you ever seen The Nanny?
Yes.
Yeah. But for me, she's always like,
Yeah.
I was like, Genuine, like the singer, like the nice R&B singer. She's very whiny. So yeah, I called her Genuine. Miss Fine Genuine. And it just kind of stuck.
There's a lot packed into that name.
Yeah.
It's really, it's a dense name.
I
Dense
didn't
with
think that's
information.
what y'all would ask, but yeah, here we go.
Another Coffee House question. What are your comforts in life?
Comforts? So I like to watch people play video games. Yeah, just like on YouTube.
Playthrough.
Yeah.
Let's
I like
plays, yeah.
ramen, spicy ramen. Spicy food is like one of my comforts, I would say. Yeah.
Very
I like
nice.
frogs. Yeah.
Good comfort.
Very good comfort. My family, they comfort me as well. Yeah. Tea. I like to feel nice and warm.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's
I feel like tea makes me feel nice and warm. So yeah. Yeah.
The skirts are nearly starting, so we will pause now and resume with part 2 shortly, momentarily. Part 2, we've resumed. We've resumed. Okay, where are we resuming at? Oh, I remember.
We just asked
okay.
you about your
comforts in life. What about discomforts in life?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I don't get that one too often. I don't know. Inauthenticity?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't like... I love the cold, but also I feel like whenever it gets too cold, sometimes that can be a little bit much. Yeah.
There's a happy
But then I
medium.
also love the cold. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
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 Discomforts. What else makes me uncomfortable? I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit with that one a little bit. No one really asked me. That's a really good question.
We can return to it later if you have
Yes,
other
please.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Cool. So then going back to music, what's your writing process like?
It really depends on the song. Usually, I'll start with music. Yeah, and then if lyrics come, then that's good. Yeah, if I usually found that if I start with lyrics, like no music has been written to it or anything, that it usually just becomes a poem and I just scrap it. Or it's just, I keep it in a notebook and it doesn't get used. But I have to, I don't know, usually writing with a guitar or piano or something, I just feel something from it and then something just flows out. So, yeah.
Do you have like themes that you often come back to in your writing?
Not particularly. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, love is always a theme. Life shit. Yeah. Let's see. What else do I write about? I don't know. It just, whatever's going on in the world. Yeah. I try to make each album very different. I usually try to have one dance song on each album. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's because I think dancing is therapeutic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So then I guess.
Oh yeah. So when you're like recording and producing, how does that go? What about your actual like producing music, recording music? Yeah.
What I start with?
Yeah, what you start with is what your process is like.
Yeah, I just use Pro Tools. Yeah, and then I'll start with either guitar or bass, do some vocals. I always end with the drums because I want that to sound like really, really nice and tight. But a lot of times I'll leave some of the mistakes in there because some of those are the best takes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's usually how I record. Yeah.
Cool. So then, yeah, I guess, what are you working on now musically?
I have some new songs I've been working on. I should have an album out by the end of the year. Yeah, so that's exciting. Yeah.
Do you know what it's going to be called yet?
I do, but I'm going to keep that to myself.
Can't blame us for asking.
Not at all. You've got to ask.
Cool, so then...
The last main question is, why are you a musician?
I don't think I could be anything other. Yeah. It's not something that I'm choosing to be. I think it chose me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So then, just where can people
Yeah,
find your stuff online?
Oh, that's a good question because it might be changing soon with a lot of the ways that there's a lot of privacy things and things changing online. I might not have my stuff on a lot of social media soon, but you can find me on Bandcamp at emospacebird.
Excellent. emospacebird.bandcamp.com.
Yes, that is the proper
Phenomenal.
way to say that. Thank you.
Perfect. I think that is.
I think that's
the
all.
wrap
Thanks
up
for
of
talking
the
with us.
interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.